Good morning, my name is Mark. Welcome to Dice Tales. This is one of my first battle reports and on the game called Kings of War Vanguard. It's a skirmish war game played on a 3x3 mat. I won't go into too much of the game right now, I'm just going to go into the battle report. So let's get over to the picture slideshow. So here we are, we're in a frosty north. This is a destroyed citadel of an astronomer who's been studying the ways of the Night Stalkers. The Night Stalkers caught wind of this and sent a great cosmic storm to destroy his observatory and the surrounding towns. However, the Northern Alliance think that he may have stored his research in a strongbox, so they're sending a squad, a Vanguard unit, to search the ruins for any evidence of this research to help them battle the forces of the Night Stalkers. And the Night Stalkers are going there to try and thwart their efforts. So it's a beautiful multi-layered terrain of a broken castle. I believe it's from a game called Dark World. Don't know too much more of it other than that. So let's get on to our squads. The Northern Alliance squad has a Frostfang Cavalry, an Ice Golem and an Ice Witch. They are going to be his three main hitters, these sorts of hero and command type units. Let's get a close look at Elsa here. So he's based his Vanguard squad on the Frozen movie. This is an exclusive miniature with a opaque, no it's not opaque, that just means you can't see through it, a see-through frozen arm. Beautiful effect. She is a little bit closer. I don't know if he's finished painting her yet, but she's looking smart as she is. In the back, the Frostfang Cavalry. It doesn't have its rider at the moment, but that's going to be Sven and his reindeer. Let's go back a bit. You can just make out, if, on the previous picture, there's a little pink princess in the background there, Elsa's sister. We've got some dwarves painted like stormtroopers at the moment, but they're going to be painted up as the gnomes from Frozen, and just a nice narrator who doesn't quite fit in the theme as such, but fills out the squad nicely. There we go. My squad, Black and Drybrush. We've got two Rippers and they're mounted on Shadowhounds. So that's technically one unit. I don't have a mounted model yet. I might try and do modifications. I've got two Phantoms that can fly. That'll be very useful to get into the top of that tower. I've got a couple of Scarecrows, I think 3 Scarecrows, and I think 3 Spectres. And a Butcher in the background there, and 2 Horrors who sort of do screamy warbly things that boost or give all my surrounding Night Stalkers a vicious special ability, rerolling 1s when they attack. Very useful. I deploy in this graveyard on this right hand corner, and he deploys on the far left hand corner. You can just see a book on the top tower in the centre of the table there. Now is this like a Capture the Spy scenario? I think if we trigger that book, it then tells us where the book is then going to actually be. So basically changing the narrative of the Capture the Spy scenario. This is his Frost Golem coming through the portcullis, heading off to the centre field. And first turn kicks off, so you always roll power dice. These give you extra effects, let you activate outside of turn order, boost your attack rolls and defense rolls, and such like that. Also can be used for casting spells and using special abilities. My Night Stalkers move along the right and they're very cautious. We're measuring out that Icefang reindeer's charge range, and we're trying to stay out of it. We want to lure him in, and then we want to surround him, try and get bonuses and friend bonuses when we're attacking him. So like our alien creatures that we are, we sort of get close to tempt him. So he has to walk closer, we move back a bit, like I seen at the Aliens movie. He's coming closer, he's fatigued to move a little bit closer. I've flown my Phantom up to the first level of the tower. It'll take me another move to try and get to the top. Turn 2, lots of power there, so that should be useful. So his Golem has come up to this doorway on the left hand side of the picture, and he's used a spell or an ability that's like a spell, Frost Breath, and that does an area attack, a bit like a template. It's 9 inches out, 1 inch wide, and he can do it as a short ability, which most spells are long abilities, but he's just caught most of my warband because they're all bunched up. I wasn't expecting a blast like that. I thought it was just a melee unit. So do check your opponent's stats before going into combat. And it, I think it only wounded a few. Wasn't quite as devastating as I thought. So a few wounds down there, but we're very resilient. We've got quite low nerve tests, so we don't break and we don't go out of the play easily if we're warriors. Though I think I've lost a few of my scarecrows. They're just left with my warriors. The warrior spectre has just got the red hood there. And it looks like I've caused 2 wounds onto his large cavalry beast. The dice next to them are showing me that I'm spending them to either activate again, so I might have walked and then activated to attack, and then probably throwing in another attack dice on top of that. It's getting very crowded here, and I'm using non-standard tokens. These are tokens from Castle Ravenloft and such like that. The gold's showing I've activated. The teardrop showing that it's fatigued. The shields with a blast on them are showing that I'm wounded. So my butcher's been wounded here in a retaliation strike after I struck his beast, and looks like I've caused about 3 wounds there myself. It has then struck back and done 3 wounds to me. His naiad moves up and captures my phantom before it can move up to the objective on the roof. And my butcher's been taken out as his Elsa's sister, the one in the red cape, the redhead, has come in and slain my butcher. I'm very unhappy about that. My Ripper, who was flanking or attacking the rear of the reindeer, has also been killed in a retaliatory strike. So to retaliate, it basically takes up your actions from your next activation. So you can have up to 2 retaliations, because you normally activate and then potentially fatigue. So that's what he's done here, and that's why when I've attacked him, I've done very little, and he's wiped out now two of my attacking pieces. My second phantom has been skirting around his naiad on the far left tower to try and avoid the ice golem on the bottom, and he's flown up and he's triggered the supplies, and that's telling him that they are buried down on the bottom left of the map, which is by the portcullis that we saw earlier on. So it's going to be a race to get to that. And onto another turn. There's quite a nice power dice roll there. So we're still stuck in combat. His princess is sort of moving around my units. I'm not too sure. I think she just sort of does do a long walk around to get to my howlers, because that howler's trying to give boosts, extra dice. I think they've got spears as well, so they're helping in combat and also giving their special ability attack. But it's not helping me whatsoever. So one of my spectres has run and claimed the book. Now he's not got too far to go here. Going forward, there's that troop of dwarves who are somewhere just behind that tower, and that ice golem is still in a position it can come left or right. So I've got to hold on to this book for like 2 to 3 turns to try and even out this game. I've had a slaughter, but if I can hold this book, I can win it. So we try and engage that frost golem. I keep changing its name, don't I? To stop it going after my book. His dwarves have joined the combat here. You can see a little white dwarf there next to the reindeer, next to my mounted reaper. And his princess is still whacking away. And I'm spending power dice on shooting bolts from my spectres at his golem. And trying to get disengaged from this naiad on this first floor as well. Here's the grand melee again. Not too much to say about that. Nice action shot. So his dwarves are advancing. I'm desperately shooting Psybolts, Firebolts, which is his special ability. I think I'm causing wounds, but these I think are slightly tougher than that. They must be warriors. I can't remember if they're grunts or not. I don't want to rock through the book just now. Let's get the video out there, test the volume, see if we get a better reaction. And less power on coming into the final turns. Throwing everything at this ice golem and nothing's really working. I mean, I think it's only got 1 wound left and I just can't take it off. His dwarf has dispatched my spectre, leaving the plans on the ground there. And this must be the final turn now. So we're still whacking away at the ice golem. At least we kept it tied up. My chance at pulling it back and at least causing a draw, if I can shoot this dwarf and kill it, it will be a draw because he will drop the plans, and it's all about scoring the plans here. And I failed. So that is my dead list. Dead Butcher, Dead Reaper, 3 Dead Scarecrows, a Dead Spectre. I think the next picture is my surviving list, just 4 of them. 2 Phantoms, a Horror, and a Spectre. And that's the game. Keeping it short and sweet. It's I want to try and get my videos up and on and get us up to date with the campaign so I can go into more detail. I'm still learning YouTube. I've just been trying out different recording things today. I tried Bandicam. I've tried OBS Studio, the other version, but I couldn't get the slideshow to work on that one. So I'm just coming back to this and getting them out there. Hope the audio's better on this one. There's no background music. It's daylight, and see if things improve from here. I've got another Kings of War to do, and then there won't be one for about 2 weeks. And I've got a time lapse I'm going to try and do of Kill Team and X-Wing, and maybe more X-Wing and Kill Team videos to come up soon. So this is my channel, Dice Tales, and I'm going to be doing battle reports in this style, or experimental styles as well. I hope you liked the story at the beginning. I've rushed it a little bit this time round. I think I did another video where the audio was terrible, but you got the gist of the story. The Night Stalkers want to stop someone who's researching them, getting their research out to the wider world of Mantica. And that's about it. Hope you enjoy this first video, and please comment on anything I can improve on. Please comment if you're playing Kings of War Vanguard or any of the other games I've mentioned, and subscribe if you want to encourage me to do more. Thank you very much. Goodbye.